Hello and welcome back to Tent Talk. In today's episode, Raj sits down with his younger sister Renu for a rich, insight packed conversation on faith, camp, and calling. From her journey into camp to formation, parenting strategies, and what it means to walk faithfully through hard things. This is Soft Hearts and Hard Feet. Let's dive in.
So, Renu, welcome to our tent talk, and it's such a joy for us to have you over here. And it's really a privilege for me to be sitting and talking with you. And so, a warm welcome to you, Renu.
Thank you, Na. It's been a great honor and privilege from my side as well. This is the first time I'm doing a podcast, so it's been a blessing, and I can't wait to be part of this show.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Now, Renu, let me ask you this. Share me a little bit about your camp journey. As when you started as a teenager. Share a little bit about your camp journey, as this is all about tent talk. I would love to hear from you. What has been your journey, and how did you come to camp, and now, working as a career in camp ministry? Love to talk all about that. But how did you start in camp?
Camp, definitely. I got a taste of camp through my brother, Raj Murthy. That's you. You took me to camp. I was a teenager that time. And I got to experience the nature in a total different way. And I got the relationship and a connection with God in a more personal and matured way. So that's how my camp journey started. I got connected with a lot of people, met different people, lots and lots of activities that connected to God, which I'm sure I wouldn't have experienced while I was in the city and among the family or even church. Church definitely led me to God in a different way, but camp totally renewed my life. So that's how my journey started in camp. And I was being part of the Fisherman Trust now and then, volunteering, being a camper, learned many skills, and developed my camp ministry through Fisherman Trust, is what I always say. So that's how my journey started, and I developed from there. And then I started supporting different camps, and I got married to Nandu. He runs a different organization. So camping just kept continuing that way. And finally, I ended up being a kids coordinator in the US in a camp called Grottonwood Camp. So it's been 3 summers that I have been working there. And what I learned in my childhood, I've been implementing and manifesting God's word and relationship through my work with young kids.
Renu, thank you for sharing that. Me, as I watched you, you being my sister, and seeing you, it's incredible how God has used this journey in your own life as a camping, and the leader that you have become now. Tell me a little bit more about that journey towards your own leadership, because you worked as a school teacher, and you've been a kindergarten teacher, and you trained as a teacher. So, how is from training from being a teacher now? And then now being a program director working with kids, how has this experience kind of contributed towards your own leadership?
So, the only experience that I carried while I went to camp was working with kids. And I really, really enjoy working with kids. I feel that me playing a part in their life at the very young age matters a lot.
Yes.
So, I feel like I'm sowing a seed while they are young, and I want to see what they grow into, and I want to play a major role in that. So carrying that experience, I felt like I can do much better in the outdoor environment. So when I got an opportunity, having the experience volunteering, working with kids, I felt like I am going to do a good job, and God's calling me to do that. So when I got an opportunity, I just took it. And when I went there, I had no idea what I'm doing. I thought it's just going to be like in India, how we work in a camp. But when I went there, it was totally different. So for the context, while I was in India, I used to just follow instructions. through my brother or through Nandu. Never organized or planned anything by myself, just follow instructions, what I need to do. But when I went there, I learned that I had to start planning, organizing, keeping all the elements in mind before starting a program. So that was a little bit challenging to me. But then I knew it was God's calling. Everything fell in part. So I went to Grottenwood in 2023, April 14th and 17th. Just in 2 days, I had to start a camp. 2 days is what I got trained for. I had to see my camp director, how she was leading the group. And from the third day onwards, it was all me. So I had to do the check-in process and lead the group, handle the kids, American kids. So it was challenging. Understanding the American kids and serving them was a little bit of challenge. It was definitely not related to any experience that I had back home in India. It was all new and fresh, but I started to get accommodative, and I started adapting to the change, understanding the culture and values.
Amazing.
And that helped me a lot. And also I started reading a lot of books related to camp,
Yeah.
American camp. So that gave me a lot of ideas and instincts as in how to lead a program which is more Christian oriented, God centered, and also fun and creative.
Amazing, amazing. It's just so amazing just to hear that. What would you say the difference between the Indian kids? Now, you worked in a very premier school in Bangalore, where it's quite an amazing school, and then working with the kids in India, and now working with the kids in America. What are some of the differences that you find to be some major differences, or what's been your observation?
Definitely a lot, I would say. In India, be it in camp or in school, I feel kids really value elders' attention. So when we need attention, they stop what they're doing. I know sometimes it can get out of hands, but sometimes they do listen. But in America, you need to work hard a lot to grab their attention. You need to be super creative. You need to everything be friendly, asking them to find a safe place in us takes a lot. And so the connection building is it takes a lot of time. So I feel back in India, kids trust us easily, but in America it is not that way. You need to work a lot
yeah.
to build that relationship. Once you build that relationship, it is all smooth and easy. So I feel no matter how much you plan for an activity, if you don't have a relationship with your campus, no matter how much of planning and organizing an activity happens, it does just not work.
Yeah.
So building an relationship matters.
And I guess that takes time to build that relationship.
Definitely,
isn't it?
yes.
Taking time to build that relationship, to build that trust in those kids, and also to when you talk to them, you're talking to them not just as a camper, but as a young adult, isn't it?
Yes.
How is that different in India when you work with kids, especially in the context with parents? And what do you see some differences with the American parents as well as the Indian parents when when they send you for camps? What difference do you find with those American parents as well as Indian parents?
I feel in India, with Indian parents, it's mostly parents really trust our words. They don't really want to see any proof, or they don't want to see what we are doing. They just trust us. If we say, don't worry, your children, they'll be safe with us. This is what we are doing. This is how their day was. Whatever you say, they're going to trust, which is true. We don't say wrong things, which we do. We say things that we really do in camp. But back in in America, you need to show them. That's when they're going to believe you. They need hands-on proof. They need a concrete guarantee that this is what we as counselors or staff, we're going to help the kids. They need to see that safety environment that we are giving. So delivering that takes a lot for us. So we need to visibly show activities that we are doing to parents. We need to visibly welcome parents to be part of certain activities that we do, so that they know how enriching the program that we deliver to the campus. and how we build connections and relationship with the campers.
Quite interesting when you say that because in America, as I hear from you, there is a way in which that you involve the campus parents, whereas in India, the parents just come and leave
Yeah.
the kids and go. And what's the difference you find between that? Because in the US, when you do camps, it's almost like towards the end you need to give them a feedback as to how the kids behaved, what went or what they learned, or there's a lot of involvement, I suppose, with the parents and the child. But how is that in an Indian setting?
So in India, I feel, as we all know, that in India the camping culture is very limited. So parents, they just want to drop off kids and be get back to their work. So back in US, it is totally different. They want to be part of activities. They want to get indulged in all the activities that we do. Become like a child and just do whatever activities that we are organizing. They show that interest, so we want to do more for them. They have that thirst for being part of activities, camping, hiking, and just to have a conversation with all the staff. We can see that interest and ease that they have in them. But in India, I feel they don't understand as long as they are part of it, which I feel we should probably have more programs designed, like a parents' night out. This is what I do back in Grottenwood. Every month, in a day, I would organize a parents' night out. So parents, they drop off their kids in the evening and they have a date night. So they go for a dinner or they just have a time off at home. So back in India, I don't think parents, they want their kids to be with them. They don't want to let go of their kids. So these are some of the programs that I feel the difference that can bring between parents and kids in a camping world.
Yeah. Huge cultural difference,
Cultural
isn't
difference,
it? The
yes.
culture in India and then the culture in America and things. Now, Renu, you've been working with different age groups. Would you mind just sharing some of your experience with the different age groups in terms of what does your role involve and how do you create a program for these kids and how do you do that?
So throughout the year, we cater to different camps. So my major time I spend working as a day camp unit leader during the summer, which is about 11 weeks. 11 weeks. So I plan and organize the 9 weeks of camp for the campers. I develop a Bible curriculum for all 9 into 5 days is 45 days. So for 45 days, I develop a Bible curriculum and also activities. Some of the other activities are also developed by the program director, but based on the theme and activities, I do that. So I cater to kids aged between 5 to 12 years.
Nice.
And they are with us from morning 8 till 5 in the evening. So we make sure that we are supervising, providing activities to them from morning till evening. And each day is designed according to the theme. So that's basically during the summer. And otherwise, I switch hats and I become a counselor where I serve the adults with disabilities. So during fall and spring, we have camps for adults with disabilities. They are aged from 18 to 85 years.
Amazing.
So I will be given about 3 to 4 campers to whom mostly I would be using my time in taking care of them, giving them more care. They are mostly like they have ambulatory problems, hearing, disabled with speech. So we cater to them in their morning routines, in their bedtime routines in the evening, feeding them meals, just taking care of them and keeping them entertained. Of course, they can't do any outdoor activities, but we should become an actor, a circus instructor. We do also spa night and barbershop. So we do their nails, we give them a shave, we cut their hair. So we do everything for them. So during off summertime, my role is completely different. So I keep switching hats based on the requirement from the
That's
camp.
amazing. That's amazing that you wear different hats. But as you were talking about special needs or adults with differently able, I'm sure that's a lot more different to the other regular camps what you do, because as you are saying, these are a lot more older adults and you have to cater for them. What are some of the challenges that you face when you're working with them? How is it different from the other regular camps?
Initially, to be honest, I was not comfortable to do it because I've never had an experience working with disabilities. I've done some camps, but taking care of them, I had zero experience. I was a little negligent about it. I was not happy in giving them a bath or doing their toilet business. I was not very happy doing it, but there was a need for me to do it. I just thought, anything that I do is honoring God. It's a kind of worship to God. So I just got into it. I'm like, let me just give it a try. It's just a thought in my mind that I will not be comfortable in serving these campers. But the campers, they come here to be served, and they need that care. So I started to deliver that. It was quite intense. It was disturbing for me. I couldn't sleep that night. I couldn't eat very well. I felt very pukish and I felt very sick, but I couldn't give up. I can't give up at that time. So I just took it up. And then I had to keep saying a verse in my mind. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, gives me that strength. So I kept doing it. And now I'm totally comfortable catering to these campers, which is not easy. It was quite difficult and challenging for me, but I think as it's just a mindset. We need to change and adapt to the needs and the requirements that a camp wants.
In a way, you literally become the hands and feet of Jesus, isn't it? Where you show compassion, but that compassion is kind of translated into action, where you literally are the feet and hands of Jesus and the words of his mouth. When you had to provide care for these disabled people, it's an amazing experience. What's your experience working with the volunteers or your other staff now? You being a leader is one thing, but when you have a team to lead and to instruct, and then you have these different nationalities whom you're working with, how's that experience for you?
It's a blessing for me, I would say. We have many departments in camp. So with me, I have about 12 counselors. They are from different parts of the world, from UK, from China, from Malaysia, from Mexico, from Colombia. So everyone are they have different cultures, a different understanding of how a camp would work. And I'm also not an American, I'm an Indian, but for them to learn from me was a blessing. I didn't have any kind of challenge training and getting the trust from them. I became more like a mother to them because they were all 19, 20, 21 years. So it was more easy to get connected just by showing love and compassion. And first, for me, I would be firm with them, but not strict. I'm sure none of our family members would believe that. But I was quite firm, but also I would set things straight. And they would listen, and we had a great year this year as well. It was great for us. Just I would pray and just guide them in a way that the Lord wants to lead, just putting expectations in a nice way, not being more authoritative, but being firm.
Yeah.
So I didn't use my position to be authoritative, but just be more calm and composed to the counselors because they are also learning from me. And I also want to make sure that I learn from them. It's just not me pushing them from behind, but leading them from front.
It's all about managing expectations, isn't it? And being more clearer and with clarity and things. Now you have so much of experience working with, the American culture and the place over there. What are some of the things that you see, in an Indian setting for an Indian camp? What would some of your learning would help, to advise where we can improve, or how do we go about in India? And you have worked in several with the organizations and things. How would you implement some of those things over here? What would you suggest?
I think being more confident is the key to developing a good program in India, and also being more creative and use the resources that are available. We don't have to think that we need big chunk of things to develop a good program. Just being creative and being confident, I'm sure we will be able to deliver a good program. Just coming up with a lot of ideas, constantly keeping touch with parents is the key. That's what I do back in camp. Constantly keep reminding them about programs, and having communications, sending them cards during Christmas and other festivals that happens, and letting them know what we are doing, not just contacting them during our program, but throughout the year, having a touch with them, and also building a connection. So the parents' night that I mentioned was a connection that I have with campers throughout the year, not just during camp. So I don't want to give that gap and have campers come during summer. So this parents' night out is basically to have a connection with campers every month, so that they are connected with us, not only during summer. So I feel that just doing a movie night, just having some board games, nothing big, just a small gathering, a pizza dinner, something like that would work out. So I feel being creative and confident is what we need.
That's amazing, and to be in touch with the parents,
Yes.
that's a really a good thing, isn't it? To be in touch with them, and not just at the time of the camp, but throughout the year. So that's really interesting that you had to say that. How would you, how would you, when you create programs, what do you think there are some few key elements which goes into the program when you do a program for the kids, or for the disabled people, or even for the parents? What are some of the few ingredients that you think is a must when it goes into the program?
So it depends on the season. If it is during winter, I would see what is really happening. So back in Grottonwood camp, they have like Halloween, they have Thanksgiving, and they have spring, like the vacation time. During summer, it is mostly related to watermelons and popsicles and things like that. So basically, I design a program based on what is happening for that month. So during Christmas, we organize something called the ugly Christmas sweater party. So everyone wears a ugly sweater, Christmas sweater, and we organize a party for them. So what are the components that I keep in mind while organizing the program is the interest, the season, and what will the kids be more interested in. I wouldn't want to repeat any activity for the campers. I would see what I did last time, and I want what I can modify or polish an activity. And also, I would keep in mind what went well and what did not go well, what was a hit, and how I can better it, and bring in new ideas and activities that will enhance, and it would want the campus to come back to me again. So these are the some of the things that I would keep in mind. Definitely the costing also I would keep in mind, because the parents should be able to afford for it. They should feel that what they are spending on should be a value for them. So I would keep that in mind as well. And I would see the staff, how many staff do I have, and the safety environment that we can provide for the campus. So these are some of the things that I would keep in mind.
Yeah. It's so interesting. The more I talk to you, your own journey, and now being a leader and being a program director, it's just incredible. How has camp, shaped your own life? You met your husband in the camp, and now you're a mother. How is that culture shaping you as a woman of God? How are things with that?
I think camp exposed me to a lot of things. I've learned a lot. I think I developed my leadership skill through camp, meeting different people, learning from their experiences has enhanced me. to be a leader. My thought process, the way I see things is totally different now. So I always pause and think for a moment before deciding or taking a decision. Or so if I want to have a program or anything, my first thing is I want to plan. I want to organize. I just don't want to jump into it. Otherwise, I would have done that if I was not into camping. So, planning, organizing, enhancing each and everything that I do. I always use my leadership skills. And also, I feel like I've built a strong community. Connecting with parents, a lot of people connecting with staff. So during summer we have about 80 to 90 staff from different parts of the world. So each year meeting them, learning their cultures. I never had that opportunity of meeting different people from different parts of the world, but meeting them, understanding their culture and what they feel about camp has enhanced my thought process and how better I can live my life. And also, as I said, my personal time with God is maturing a lot. So that connection with God is just developing, and I feel like I'm manifesting more into people's life. I also get the opportunity to share God's word, and every year I get the end of week Sunday sharing word opportunity. So I get that time, and I get back reviews from many counselors after few months saying that that day made a lot of difference in their life, and they committed their life to Jesus.
Wow.
And how they tasted God's presence in their life. So hearing that makes me feel like I want to give more. Each and every day I want to give more.
Amazing, amazing. Uh, it's amazing to see a woman in camp ministry. And how is that playing out? Usually, what would you advise for younger women to get into camp ministry? What would you say?
I think I would say that just go with confidence. Remember, God uses women in a most powerful way.
Amen.
And with campers, I feel we can get connected more because they get that motherly comfort from us. So I feel that the connection that we can build with campers at a very young age, women can do that. I feel more than men, women can connect more with campers. So I feel without connection with campers, it's impossible or it'll be challenging to run a camp or deliver a good program. So building connections is more easier. So women, we have that inbuilt talent in building connection with campers, with young children. So I think we can go ahead with that.
That's amazing. I also believe, Renu, that women are a much more better organizers than men do. In fact, I joke to say organizers are agonizers, and you have been an organizer. And how do you see, your own organizing skills? Because now we have been directing program, you have been working with volunteers. There's a lot of organization skills. So, what do you think? There are some few key components which that makes it more easier or makes it a bit tougher as an organizer?
I think experience. So not every start off the programs is going to be a hit. I think experience, you learn out of your experience, and always it's good to debrief your activity, talk with different people, understand what went well, what didn't go well, and we can sit and plan. Just not forget what happened, but bring back the activity and visualize. And I always want to picturize. If I'm planning an activity, I want to picturize and see that okay, if I'm doing this might happen or this might not happen. So I always picturize what activity that I am planning. So just sitting down with people, taking a lot and lot of feedback is very good. If even if it is offending you, it's absolutely fine. But one day it's going to definitely help you. So taking feedback, sitting down and talking, debriefing your activity with your other co-counselors or co-leaders is very important.
Wow. And how do you encourage younger women to get into camp ministry? Because in India, we all are driven with not just with culture but also driven with career, and career is a huge thing for our Indian women as well as for our Indian men and young women. How would you challenge them to look at camp as a career? Now camp has been a career for you, and from a teacher, and then you have transited into becoming a camp director now, and a program director and things. So what would you advise for young women to get into camp ministry?
My advice for young women would be that give it a try and see how you can lead, because it's going to be a journey. Initially, not everyone can become a leader. You can start off as a volunteer, understand how it works. If it suits you, be in it. If it does not suit you, you can see what else can you do. But I feel camping helps and shapes young people in a total different way. Like for me, it helped me in building community, developing my leadership skills, enhancing program planning and organizing, just understanding me as a person, the inner person in me. I think camp helped me. Taking up camp as my career helped me to bring out the inner self in me. If I have to go back to teaching inside the four walls, I don't think I want to ever do that, because I understood this is where I want to be. So if I did not give a try, I wouldn't have learned the inner side of me. So giving it a try will always help you understand what you really want in your life.
And would you encourage younger women to get involved in camp ministry?
Yes, definitely I would do that, because every woman has the strength and courage to lead and develop a program, and giving any kind of service to the camp is much appreciated. And I'm sure women, they have the commitment. So even in families, the commitment plays a big role. So commitment matters a lot. So I think a woman can take up the camp environment in a more committed way.
Amazing. Renu, now you are a mother, and how is that, has that changed your perspective about care and about camp and about the other kids? Do you want to say a little bit more about that?
So interestingly, Jaira, my child was born just at the beginning of camp this year. So that did not change me at all. So Jaira was born on June 10th, and I got back to work on June 17th. So camp or my son did not stop me from going to camp. I still went to camp. I had to deliver what I was planning and organizing for the entire year. So I was able to give that to camp. So having a child has not changed my perspective and the service that I want to deliver to camp. I just feel that how am I going to use Jaira in camping environment is what I'm feeling right now.
It's amazing, amazing. And how would you develop your skills while you're on this camp? How would you say that someone can develop their skills in a camp ministry?
Lots and lots of training. Just whatever training the organization is able to offer, take it up. Even if you have done it in a past year, it's absolutely fine. Renewing yourself in trainings will help you a lot. And also just randomly going to different camps, visiting camps and seeing what they offer to a program, and how they deliver their activities to the campers, what are their service to campers, and also attending a lot of workshops and retreats. I think that helps a lot. It has helped me, so I would encourage the others to do the same.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, what would you wish for the Indian camping family or the community? What would be some of your advice on how can we develop this into a real movement as such?
So I think in India we can offer camps. People encourage people to whomever we meet. We can have a word, letting them know what it is. Come and experience with us and see how they feel. It doesn't have to definitely like be a Christian camp. It can be a secular camp as well. And just getting a taste of camp how your life gets impacted through camps, and keep spreading the word. I think it's like a boomerang. You spread, it's going to come back to you. So I feel like, just don't keep it within you. Share it, keep sharing it, whomever you're meeting. So back in America, we would just talk to even a server in the hotel. We would talk to them about it, and also I feel advertising through you wearing your organization T-shirt, it gets you get connected to different people. Like, oh, you work here, I've been there, or my parents have visited this camp, and then you talk about it. So I feel these are few things that you can do.
Amazing. And what would be your encouragement to Indian Christian camping, so to speak? Um, what would what advice would you give, or even to this new emerging young leaders? What would you advise?
I would say do not force anyone. Um, Lay the word and give the choice to your campers, and they will take it on. If it's God's will, they will definitely take on the word, and you do your job, and God will do the rest, is what I feel. That do not force anyone. And Christian camp is for everyone, and we can invite everyone to our camp, but whoever wants to take the word will take it, whoever wants to leave the word will leave it. And respecting that choice is the most important thing. I don't think we need to force anyone to accept the truth that we believe in.
Amazing. I always believe camp is the most an opportunity where people's lives are being transformed, and including mine as well as yours. And I'm sure you have loads of testimonies of people's lives being transformed where they have come to the camp and things. Do you have any thoughts towards that, as camp as a transformational experience?
Definitely, camp is a transforming unit, I would say. A lot of testimonies and lot of feedback that we have received. Lot of campers who have got back to us saying that your impact has changed my life. So every action of ours, if we are in a camping ministry or doing a Christian camp, every action of us should represent Jesus. So I feel that we need to share God's word not only by talking but through each and every actions that we do. So I feel that campers, more than hearing from us, they learn from looking at us. So actions matters a lot.
Wonderful. Ren, it's such a privilege having you with us, and I'm so proud to hear what God is doing in you and through you. And I feel so joyful. And I want to pray God's richest blessings upon you. And thank you for joining us. And thank you for sharing your experience, your journey, your transformation experience. It's just been wonderful to talk to you and to hear you. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless.
Thank you. No? Thank you.
Subscribe